Ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. Welcome to Finish the Story. I am your host, Keegan Ray. I am joined here by my co-host, producer, and best friend, Mr. Handsome Trent Ludzak with the new haircut.
I'm Handsome Trent now.
Dude, new haircut. I like
He's a
it.
new man.
I mean,
ladies.
It does look good. No,
And I dropped it on you, too.
did they show
was
you
the goal.
like how much of it they cut off? Like,
No, I was well aware.
dude.
It was everywhere. You can't be
Yeah.
unaware when it's that much. It was down to my belly button.
Yeah, that's how I know my hair is getting so gray, because when I get it cut at the barbershop, I look down, I'm like, God damn, I'm getting old. But yeah, man, it looks good. So
Thank
I'm
you.
excited. When we're on the same side of the table, you already know it's a motherfucking guest episode, and I am so excited for today's guest. We have the man, the myth, the legend, the creator of Seven Fest, Mr. Seven himself.
Yeah,
What's
nice.
up, man?
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh man,
In the
thank
house.
you so much. I'm so happy. What a great way to spend my afternoon.
Nice, yeah, man.
Yeah, and then
Appreciate
we
you
can
coming
roll
on.
out and do all kinds of stuff today. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna
Yeah.
have a good time. Absolutely.
So you
What's
rolling
up?
around in Sweet Caroline?
Absolutely. I have, been fortunate. It looked for a moment, like a split second, like maybe it was going to be too much. Maybe it was going to be, and just an odd series of events
Mm-hmm.
fell into place at the right time. Right place, right time. Happened to be there.
Oh, nice.
Happened to be able to step into that situation and walk out of it with what I wanted and what
Mhm.
I needed.
It's
And
perfect.
As
It's
far as
perfect.
I'm concerned, I made the right move. I haven't doubted it for 1 second since I did it.
No, it's
At all.
perfect.
Yeah.
I want to show
Check
some
that out.
context,
Yeah.
for the viewers.
So yeah, you just got a little bus, dude.
Yes.
That thing is awesome. When I saw it at
I love
McCracken's
it.
and I got on, I could not believe, first off, how much room was in there.
Yeah.
How many seats is it?
It's the driver and 8, and then we have we call that the comedy lift that comes out of the side of it. Because we're
Yeah.
going to be lifting people off it a whole week. We're going to be lifting people up and let them do comedy off of there, and we got a guy that uses it to get in and out of the bus as well. And so it turned out to be a blessing beyond what I even expected, because I really didn't, for whatever reason, I thought we were going to have it as a stage for comedy. And I was certainly open to the possibility. I was trying to get it to work. I couldn't get it to work.
There's the
And
interior.
this dude gets on it. Worked fine when he was on it. So, you
this,
just look at things.
we know who this dude is.
Yeah. He's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's I love the idea of using that as the stage, using the ramp,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ramp
because
as
that's
the stage on the
plan.
side.
Because
Because
it makes the bus the green room, which is like a perfect setup.
Yes, exactly. And he's actually he's going to host. Well, I got to talk to him, make sure he wants to do it. But I would like for him to be the host of the mic that we're going to have every night after we get the band.
Hell yeah!
So we're going to do the band.
Okay, for people that don't know, what Seven is going to do is he's going on Seven Fest. So he's going to
Seven
take
Fest.
this bus, and y'all are going to go city to city.
Yeah.
And what are you bringing from city to city? Tell them a little bit about it.
What we have is it's me and 6 other people. They're all comics, and they want to be seen and they want to be heard, and they are hilarious and fun and good and enjoyable to be around and relaxed, and that's how I like to be. You know, you get to a point in your life, you don't want to be arguing with people about every little tiny thing, and then unfortunately, no matter where you go, as peaceful as you try to be, but when the people come to what we're doing, they're going to have nothing but fun, because that's all people are going to be able to see in that moment. They're going to be out dancing
So
to the
the pla-
band.
but-
They're
so
going to
the
be listening
plan-
to their
Yeah.
friend. They're going to be going through the green room, waiting to go
Yeah.
up on stage. It's going to be a fun time.
So it's
for
going to be
them.
like a portable Seven Fest on the road. You're taking
Yeah.
it city to city.
Yes.
You're going to have a comedy show. You're doing mics.
We're going to do mics. We're going to try to get a local band and or DJ. I think for the level of people that we're going to have, I think probably the best thing for us to do is combine a band. We'd like to get a local band, somebody young that plays good their own music.
Mhm.
You know, original. Not as somebody that's going to play anybody else's songs.
Yeah.
They've got their own stuff.
You don't want to hear a
They've
Sweet
got
Caroline
talent.
cover?
You know, I'll listen to whatever people play, but yeah, sure. Whatever people want to play, I'm gonna listen to. But so we're gonna try to get the band to come out and play some original music. Usually we'll attach what we're doing to either a mic or a show that's going on inside. We'll pull up to it. We'll get set up. When they're done with their mic and everything, or their show is completely over, we're going to be in the parking lot set up to do, have the band play for probably, 20 minutes, and then get a DJ to come out and start really, lighting it up, and getting some people. We're going to light up the bus. We're going to put some things around the bus to draw attention.
This is going to be awesome.
And we're not going to tiptoe in, and we're not going to small towns. We're going to the biggest cities that we can find. We don't have any sequence of the ones that we're going to go to.
Yep.
We've started to get invitations, but I would love to hear from people that want us to come. If you want us to be there, we'll come out and do it. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's something I've wanted to do my whole life. I had about a 30-second window when I was able to make that happen. And I dove through that 30-second window, and I do not regret it at all. And at this point, I wouldn't want to be the person that tries to take it away from me.
Yeah.
I just say that.
Yeah.
It
sounds like it's going to be awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a little mobile
Yeah.
block party everywhere
It's
you
gonna be
go.
insane.
That's going to be
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
going to be a really good time.
It's a very fun idea.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And in the meantime, while I'm here, before I leave, if any of the comics have pets and they want to be able to ride around the city with their pets in the car with them, they can just give me a call and I'll come get them.
You're offering cheap rides.
Yeah, that thing is such a gift to my life. I would just like people to be able to come on it and enjoy their ride and sit and be able to talk about whatever and have their dog with them or whatever pet they have. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like them all, man. So they can bring those on there without other people rolling their eyes at them and stuff, and just ride across the town and whatever. I don't want to lose money doing it, but I'm not interested in making money either. My joy is having people around and listening to what they have to say.
Nice.
No differently than in Seven Fest. The enjoyment for me is going to be seeing those people come off stage each night after they've gone up there and done the set of their life in front of the biggest crowd they've ever been in front of. And that's exciting to me.
It's going to be fun. Well, didn't you go up there and rescue people at the Atlanta airport when everybody was...
I don't know if you call it rescue.
Bro, I think so. I think
That's
so.
a
When I saw the
rescue.
pictures of the fucking airport, I was like, no
It was
way.
nasty. It was nasty out there. But I wasn't supposed to be out there. So.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're all right, man. I'll
Allegedly.
figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll get back out there again. But yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to make that get started. Get as many people as possible the opportunity to go up there and say what's on their mind, and have no constraints to what they're doing and saying. They walk out onto that little thing, it'll be elevated. We're going to stabilize it with some things underneath it, and we're going to light it up with some lights and maybe even circle. We'd love to get a circle of cars. If we could get a circle of cars, everybody turn their
Oh,
lights
everybody turn their headlights on?
Yeah, that'd be
Oh,
amazing.
shit.
That's what we're gonna. What we're looking for is a place that has an open mic, that has a parking lot that accommodates a circle of cars.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Because McCracken's is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Kraken's would be phenomenal
Yes.
because we can park right there by the door. People
Uh-huh.
are going to have access to food. People are going to have access to whatever they want to drink. And it's going to be a huge night here in Atlanta. Before we
Yeah.
leave, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I think
People
it's a
already
lot
know.
of Atlanta comics are going
Yeah.
to be
Yeah, there's
there.
going to be some.
It's
people.
gonna be
September
busy.
9th is going to be the
September
fucking
9th.
day.
I'm the Kraken.
It's going to get...
That's going to be
September
ridiculous.
9th,
It's
Johnny
gonna get-
McCrackens.
and
Lark
that's-
Matt
Armageddon
Tamburino.
begins.
He's gonna be out there.
he knows what's going to happen. He's already aware of it. He's
prepping.
He's going to be prepared.
He's
going
to be fucking
They'll be
slinging some
prepared.
drinks.
They'll
in
be
there.
prepared for it. I'm sure
Yeah.
they'll be prepared.
Probably
Yeah.
be slinging some
We have-
food, too.
We've had many conversations where I feel comfortable. They're
gonna be a
completely
good
aware
time.
of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I am completely aware of that they're comfortable being able to take care of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if not, I'll help them take care of it. Whatever. I'll go back
Yeah.
there and serve. Whatever. I don't mind. I make fries. I don't give a shit. So
And I'm at least doing the kickoff and return party. I might be doing some of the stuff on the road.
yeah, man, it's very flexible.
Yeah.
That's the thing. People I think maybe got the idea that if they came, they either had to be able to get
Yeah.
on the thing for the whole time and ride the whole thing, or not at all. And I hope that's not what they picked up from me, because what I really want people to have is the freedom to come and go as they please. We left the possibility with the group that we currently have of, if people want to change out, we'll have opportunities for them to change out. I don't
Yeah.
want anybody that wants to be there to not be able to come. I certainly want people to follow
Yeah.
in cars. I know there's a handful of people that are going to be following cars, and they've told me that that's what they're going to do. And I think that's good, because then they can have a little more freedom on their travel and control of their environment in terms of loudness and light and noise. Those things are very difficult.
What are you saying about me right now?
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking
I
about
was thinking.
I'm thinking whoever that might affect.
Yeah.
Whoever that might affect would be, affected.
You're like, maybe you got a new haircut and
I-
you're just riding in your car.
I just
That's not true.
I just know about myself that if I'm going to spend 7 days around the same few people, around day 4 or 5, I'm going to hate those people.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Let me tell you this. When I went on tour
I
with
need
Jen,
my alone time.
Jen Snyder had it the best. When we got done with the show, we had a really good night. Somebody got us an Airbnb. We get to the place, we're like, wow, this Airbnb is so nice. And she looked at us, she goes, I love y'all, but leave me alone. I'm
Yeah.
taking a bath. And just like closed the door. And I was like, oh, okay. She
Yeah.
needs time.
Yeah.
She needs time.
yeah. And I'm sure we're going to try to create time for that to happen. The
Yeah.
idea is not to make it a brutal experience that you're not enjoying yourself and you're wanting
No,
to kill all the people around
It's going to
you.
be a mobile.
I think
party.
we're going to be in a pretty good mood. We have Brian Allegria is on the bus,
Hell yeah.
and his strength carries entire rooms full of people on a regular basis. I see him do it all the time. He literally carry a mic from the beginning of it to the end of it with his laughter and his whatever. He makes himself available for comics to interact with him and do whatever. And he's going to be there, and people are going to get to see him not just on stage, but all the time, and get to know him the way that I know him, because I've spent a lot of time with him. And he's an amazing dude, man, and he works his ass off. And he was committed from the second he heard about it. And every single time I've seen him, he walked up to me and said, dude, I have already taken the time off of work. I am going to be there.
Hell
and he's
yeah.
like, and if they won't give me the time off of work, I'll just quit. And I was like, well, fuck, that sounds exactly like me.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know,
Brian,
how can
that's
I
awesome.
not?
Brian's the man.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not
and he did.
requesting shit. I'm telling you.
Right. That's, and, he's a
I'm
hard
not
worker.
gonna be there.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
hard worker, so he didn't have to worry about finding a job. They're looking for people like him all the time, everywhere.
What's
So-
going to be awesome too is the hangs, because when you go to different cities, you get to meet comics
Oh,
you've
man,
never
are you
met.
kidding me?
And It's
Yeah.
like you're all like-minded. There's
Right.
people from everywhere.
Right.
I mean, how much fun was it when we went to Colombia?
Here's the thing. If you do it a year after, that one's going to be really big, I bet.
Yeah, this one's
If
going
you-
to.
if you did
Well,
like a
I think this
return-
one's going to be pretty well
no, this
received.
one's going to be.
This one's going to be well received. But if you do like, you brand, you're like, we're going to do the same run a year later. Because everybody that showed up last year is going to be there, plus all their friends.
I think it's
Well,
going to be something people talk about
I
too.
think
Yeah.
it's
It's gonna be
It's
fun.
already headed in a very positive direction.
Yeah, I think it's definitely picking up momentum.
Yeah.
I hear people talking about it. I mean, we hung out with somebody in Colombia and just got in a car with some dude we didn't know.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, what a good hang. Went down, he took us to a cool place. Because that's what's fun, too. When you are hanging out with the people that live there, they take you to a bar or to some place where you're like, dude,
They know where the actual
yeah.
fun place.
He
not
was
that
like, do
place
y'all
on a
like
pamphlet.
arcades? We're like, dude,
Yeah.
are you looking at us? Like, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They know where to go. That's fun. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
it's-
And they're enjoyable to talk to.
Yeah.
And they're looking forward to being there instead of most of the time. Sometimes comedy, I feel like, gets sprung on people.
That happens. I would say
Like,
that happened in
what happened?
Colombia.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
What am I in the middle of?
Yeah, somebody's eating some chicken fingers.
Right.
You're like, hey, you're about to hate
Right,
this.
Right. Right. I just want the people that are there You know, because
Yeah.
sometimes people are, when I go to, I do almost nothing but mics. And I like it because people are like, oh, there's nothing but comics there. And I'm like, man, at least they're aware of the fact that there's a show.
Yeah, that's true.
They all know it. Sometimes. And
That's the
especially
worst.
me. They could have been doing the show for like 10 people before I even go up. But even if the person was not paying attention at all, suddenly they are awakened and alarmed
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
concerned.
That's
and-
like me. I'm
and
doing a
looking
full
different.
act out for like 5 people
Yeah.
eating a
Right.
chicken finger basket.
Right.
That's
Right.
why I feel like that. That's when I feel fortunate that my comedy
Oh.
style is the way it is, because it's much. It feels less humiliating to just be like holding a mic stand
Nothing.
as opposed to like acting out.
Yeah. Nothing is worse than that. When you go to a full act out for nothing, you're like, wow, I feel like a dickhead.
Yeah,
Wow.
for
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
And I
Yeah,
learned
you
that
do-
early in my comedy career and decided not to go that direction.
Yeah, I've been standing on the side of the stage like, oh, they're going to hate this. Like, nobody's paying attention at this Irish pub. And
Right.
It's 5 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know, the funny thing is, me mentioning that, me and my friend, back in like 2000, we tried to set up a comedy tour for me and some of our friends. We didn't have any experience. None. None of us had even, we've been to like 5 open mics. We wanted to set up
Hell
a
yeah.
national headlining tour.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I figure I can do like 45.
Yeah, you're all of a sudden like, I got a fucking hour, dude. Crowd work, 25 minutes, right off the rip.
So we're gonna
So
do a
bad.
5-hour
It's
show.
so bad, but about the Irish bar. So the one place that was willing to book us was this Irish bar on a Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock in the afternoon at an Irish
Good
bar.
time.
So we were like, when
Yeah.
they said it, we were like, holy shit, man, the whole fucking place is going to be packed. They're going to fucking love us. They're going to fucking love us.
Spoiler alert.
You're performing for the opening crew as they're setting up.
No, the place was fucking packed to the
Oh.
fucking hill.
Some
Listening
daytime
to
drinkers,
every
dude.
fucking week, these people go in, they listen to this
Mm-hmm.
Irish music. They're chugging these Irish
Yep.
beers. They're slamming beers.
Suddenly somebody
And
turns
somebody
off their
turns the
touch
fucking-
tunes.
Right. Somebody
Oh,
turns off
yeah.
the music and is like, okay.
I had
we're getting
4
ready now
Dropkick
for our
Murphy
comedy
songs.
show. And you turn around and you see like 300 of the angriest fucking people you've ever seen in your
Yeah.
life. They're like, the what? How long is it gonna? We got to beat on this fucking guy before they turn the music back on.
I
all
guess
they're
it's time to
thinking
go
about.
get dinner now.
Yeah.
So we would give it a shot. They were looking at me like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, we have to fuck. What do you mean? What do I want to do?
Yeah.
Get up there and let's fucking go." And everybody went up there for about 5 seconds and got down. And I just went up there and yelled at them for like 10 minutes, telling them I wasn't fucking scared of them.
That's never good.
That's not a good place to open. If that's
That
your
was-
opening
That
10.
was terrible. They didn't know. They were not happy about it. The owner
Yeah.
was not happy about it.
Oh, no.
So you guys
I was
did-
it. When I was done, in fact, I think she might have gone over to my friend and told him to have me stop. And he was like,
Yeah. You're like, the mic's not working. You're like, oh, we're having difficulty. Let me.
That's
yell over
actually
it."
when you first stopped using the mic.
Damn, dude. Yeah. It's always an Irish pub. Always an Irish
man,
pub.
bad idea. On a Friday afternoon, if people want to drink and be left the fuck alone,
Yeah.
man. They do
Mhm.
not want to hear fucking jokes. They
Yeah.
do not. They want to have their time. And that's cool, because then when it's time for them to get all shit-faced drunk at 11 o'clock on a Friday night, go to a fucking club, wasted as fuck, and enjoy a show, man. You're going to enjoy your ass off.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah,
a good
there's
time.
a definite difference when you're doing the Irish pub scene from like the comedy club scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because at a comedy club, a Friday 5 o'clock show,
Mm-hmm.
those people are stone cold sober coming out of work, going right in there to that.
Yeah. They all paid to be there.
They
Yeah.
can't wait for it. They're excited. They probably have about the group of 10 of them. And they're looking forward to being entertained and having a good time. Because right now, in the history of my life, comedy has never been hotter than it is right at this very moment.
Yeah.
And nothing else is even remotely close to what it's like right now. And that's the most phenomenal thing I've ever experienced in my life. And that's why I'm so excited to go and see everybody, because I can't wait to see what else is out there. And I'm excited to learn what people are talking about and what they're doing and what they think is funny. And
You know what I had no idea was such a big deal? I didn't know the roast battles were such a big deal.
Bro, it
When
was
I started seeing the roast battle
crazy.
leagues, I was like, wait a minute. You have like scores and brackets, and I had no idea.
yeah, it's a
And
big
Shelly
thing.
went over there and fucking won
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
God,
Hell yeah.
Shelly did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
comedy
man,
mothership.
that's
She went in there and
amazing.
got a W for Atlanta.
Fuck yeah.
Congratulations,
Of course.
Shelly
Of course.
Gruen.
Yeah,
Who's going to beat her?
Yeah,
That's
we were like,
hilarious that
dude.
anyone tried.
She comes out in like all pink, dressed up. You're
Yeah.
like, dude, you're done.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
fucking
It's over.
done.
It's
She's
over.
unbothered.
And the thing is,
Oh,
she comes
God.
out in an outfit, and you're like, oh my God, holy
Yeah,
shit.
you're like, oh, this is
and
gonna
then
be
she
easy.
fucking backs it up with bam.
Yeah,
bam,
she
bam,
fucking
bam.
M&M's you, dude.
Oh, yeah.
the shit
Can you imagine her
Yeah.
going
Oh.
first? You're like, fuck.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
she's-
over. It's over.
Yeah,
Over.
congratulations,
I've seen her do
Shelly.
it again and again.
It's great.
In room after room.
Yeah, it's really starting
That's
to pick
big.
up. I see it picking up more, the roast battles. I don't know, man.
I had a pretty
Shit.
bad one against Billy.
Shit
I
would
mean, I
hurt
didn't
my feelings.
bomb.
Oh, you bombed?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't bomb. I thought I bombed, and then the people after me actually bombed. And I was like, okay, I didn't do well.
I don't think I've ever done a roast. I've never done
Yeah,
a
it was my
roast.
first one. It's really weird,
I
especially
got
when
kinda
you're
s-
against Billy Willig.
Yeah, I was about
Billy's
to
a-
say.
Billy's an
God,
awesome dude,
a
though.
sniper,
He
dude.
No,
probably
well,
would-
Billy's a good writer. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Looks like is and looks like
He's
a
been
dad.
up- he's
There's
been
not
up
a
with
lot
the-
to talk about.
He's been up with the baby, writing
Yeah.
jokes. You're like, fuck, dude.
There's not a lot to hit him on.
No.
Right? So
No.
like he's got a lot of hit, like he was crushing me on the rebuttals, he was crushing me on the jokes. I got really I got dragged against the floor by my friend Billy.
Yeah. I've never done one. I've never been in a roast battle.
It's pretty weird.
So what's up, Seven? Did you bring a story for us today?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And it's weird. I always, whenever I am anywhere, whether it's stage or a podcast or whatever I'm doing, I really never like to repeat myself. I rarely do. But the only reason I'm doing it is because Jason Halsey I've told this story twice before. Jason Halsey was there both times. He always seems to like it so much. And so just based on kind of him as my audience and my gauge of whether or not it's a good story, I think he likes it, and he's encouraged me to tell it more often. So this will be the last time I tell it, but I will tell it far more thoroughly to you all than I'll be able to tell it to him. I don't know what our time
Hell
lit
yeah.
is.
Oh, yeah. We're
But,
good.
We got
Yeah.
a while.
We're
Okay,
golden.
well then let's delve into this story.
Nice.
Yeah, let's talk about it. My when I was young, I was given the choice of going into the military or going into a much less enjoyable situation, and I chose to go into the military. I wasn't compelled to do it. I was encouraged to do it. There was
Yeah.
no way they could force me to do it. But believe me,
It's
if I
one of
hadn't
those
done it,
things, yeah.
I couldn't have stepped foot outside my fucking house.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in because I wanted to serve my country. I did always was very patriotic growing up. I absolutely loved being an American. I was very proud of America on a number of occasions.
Is there is there a time period on this?
I would say one of my first memories would be when we beat the Russians in hockey.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
The miracle.
The Miracle on
Ice.
Ice. So
All right.
if you want a time
So
frame
somewhere
of
in there.
my mentality, age-wise, where
Yeah.
I was, that's my first real memory, really, of my life, because it was such a huge fucking deal when it happened,
Okay.
and I was like, wow, that was what just happened.
That's big.
Everybody is freaking out. What's
Mhm.
going on?
Dude,
And then we freaked out for like
watching it
'cause
live,
we-
holy
we,
shit.
we took them down.
In a weird way, that's like your 9/11.
No, not at all.
It's
It
the
was not a
defining
disaster
thing.
for us.
No, it wasn't. But it's
yeah.
like the defining thing where you were young and you were like, "Holy shit,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna remember this forever."
Well, I didn't think that at the
'Cause
time.
that was
I would,
that.
but I just it made a massive impression. I didn't think about it in terms
Yeah.
of long term. I was too young to think that way, but I did think in terms of this is the greatest I could feel. I wonder how often in my life I'm going to get to experience this level of happiness again. I really do. And I can honestly tell you, it took a while after that.
It took a while.
Yeah. So that was,
There was a bit of a break for a bit there.
yeah. Right.
That's crazy.
It was basically from then until now.
And that from then.
You're like that was a huge moment, and then we've been on up.
Yeah. Basically from then
guess that's
until
why it
9/9.
stays-
Yeah, the
why it
graph is a
stands out.
black diamond. It's just
yeah, that was the pinnacle, and I was like, "Wow, man, this is
Yeah.
fucking amazing."
So
And
how
this-
old were
this
you
is
when
what
this
life
happened?
was. Oh man, I'm afraid that's impossible for me to recall. I don't think I can.
oh
remember.
man, that's crazy to watch it live. What a big event, Miracle
Yeah,
on
it was
Ice.
huge. It was huge. It was absolutely huge. Biggest thing. So I would say, probably in the top 5 that's happened in the world in my, because it was. We shut them up, man. They were yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping, and sometimes, man, you just get tired of listening to somebody yapping, and so that was their sport.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. These guys. It wasn't like it is now. All we could send was college players. These guys were young, right out of high school. Some of them were in their teens still. And these guys on the Russian team, that's all they did was play hockey year-round with each other. They were filled with steroids and all kinds of drugs. They were enormous.
Yeah.
They were giants. They were a foot taller and 25 to 50 pounds heavier than every player
Like
we had.
visibly bigger on TV.
Yeah, dude.
And they beat us 12-1 about a month before the Olympics. They came into New York.
Damn.
In
I didn't
Madison
realize they
Square
beat us
Garden
12-1.
and
Yeah.
beat us like I'm not quoting that.
You're like in
that
Billy Joel's house?
score, but
In
yes,
Billy Joel's
house. Yes, exactly.
Holy shit. dude.
Right. The Russians came there and beat us 12-1.
Yeah, you're like looking at a Billy Joel banner. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Right. Right.
I failed you, piano
Bro,
man.
the Billy Joel banner starts crying.
Yeah. It was not pretty. It was a low moment. People were down, man. And they were always bragging about how many weapons they had and how many bombs they had and how many times they could blow up the world. And so we were trying to get it so we could blow up the world as many times as they could blow up the world. And I kept thinking to myself, they were like, they could blow up the world 94 times and we could only blow up the world 72 times. And we're like, oh, fuck, we better get some more fucking
we gotta
bombs.
get our numbers.
Yeah, I think we all lose at that point.
It was so ridiculous. I'm like, what the fuck is everyone doing? So, but
Yeah.
that changed it. When that happened, they shut up and fucking fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not even a joke. You can look historically at what happened. They stopped yapping at us. They had no kind of economic foundation whatsoever, none. And
Yeah.
their entire economy collapsed all at one time.
Yeah.
All those nations that had been brought together all got
Yeah.
separated, and they were on their own. They looked at each other.
Yeah.
It would be like if something happened in America and all the states just said "fuck you" to each other. That's exactly what they did.
Damn.
But they did it out of a need for survival
Yeah.
because they were all doing it at the same time. So there was no option. That's just what you did, and they suffered. The people there suffered tremendously.
Oh, yeah.
For years, for decades. They're still probably suffering repercussions from it right now. That's what they're fighting over.
Yeah, but now they're posting fun videos online, so it can't be that bad.
Who's posting fun videos?
Dude, all Eastern European, you never gotten into the Eastern European TikTok?
No, I'm not.
Or like the Reels? Okay, fine.
I am not.
No, dude, I haven't. I'm sorry.
Nah, dude, Eastern European people are having fun.
That stuff numbs my brain, man.
They
I can't
are.
do it.
I would know. It's part of the family now.
I believe you.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
I-
yeah,
people
that's
like it.
true. All
I'm
right.
not saying no one likes it.
I got some. There we go. I was like, what the fuck is that on your algorithm?
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you when you shop for something. It gets in your algorithm.
Oh,
Maybe a little bit of a deep cut for some listeners.
yeah.
7, I feel like you missed that entirely.
I'm just enjoying being here.
Your
man.
yeah.
That's all I'm doing.
I love that you've been working on that whole angle with your jokes and your family. And
Yeah,
going
I've
deeper into
been
that.
I've been hidden.
Because I mean, that's just something that only you can talk about.
Yeah, I
really.
did like a 7-ish minute version of it on Saturday at Blue Door.
Yeah, talking about
Pretty
his
fun.
adopted siblings.
You
Yeah.
what? You have adopted siblings?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
3 all from one family together came in, or 3 from 3
Same
different
mom.
So one mom.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
you
okay.
all-
And I think 2 fathers between
where were
the
they
3
from?
of them. Russia.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
what
why he
you-
was talking about the Eastern
That's
Europeans.
That's
why
what
I
you
was
grew
like-
up with?
Yep.
I know.
Yeah, when I was like 10 or 11.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were an only child up until then?
No, I had a sister. We were already 2, and then we got three more.
Holy
Yeah.
Oh man.
How did they
Going
end up
nuts.
how did they end up in your house?
They flew them to us
I
in a crate.
understand. What was the process?
I mean, I wasn't as familiar. Like, I know my parents went over to Russia, like a couple times, and they did meet with them before they came over. And then 2 of them came over for like a summer before, like, there was a little bit of interaction before, like, they all just came
Oh,
over
okay.
and are
'Cause
like,
that
they're
was my
yours. Yeah.
question. Is like, if you've never
Yeah.
met them, like,
I don't talk about that in the joke, but
Yeah.
in the joke, I make it a very sudden interaction because it's funnier.
Yeah, I always wondered that. If you flew, God,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
But yeah, but then they just fly him there and they just show up off of a plane and you got to pick them up from the airport.
Did they speak
drive-
any English?
No.
Whoa. Do your parents speak Russian?
No.
God damn. So what?
My dad has a couple friends who speak Russian.
Damn.
Yeah. Bro, there's this, I don't even remember his name.
But so wait, did they come over here as a result of some kind of economic strife that they were going through in their home country?
No, they were just living in an orphanage.
Okay, well I would say that qualifies as
Yeah.
economic strife.
Yeah, well
Mhm.
yes, personally yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
not-
that's
not-
what I meant.
Not the best situation.
All right.
Right. If somebody said to you, would you rather go to the United States or be in a Russian orphanage? Which 2 things would you choose?
Here's the thing. Ask Russian orphan. Hard to say for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must have been weird having to go back.
Because it's what they know
Were
and it
they
gets
forced
so
to
different.
do it, or they wanted to do it?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, I'm just curious because obviously, if they were forced to do it, that's an entirely different thing. That's not. At
least they got to stay together.
Yeah.
There's no way there's no way
It's
they were
weird.
forced to
It's-
go. I'm
Yeah.
sure they were given
No.
the option of going.
Yeah.
There's no. That would be against every law of humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is Russia.
And then they just get there and just pissed.
I don't. I hope.
I mean,
'cause it
let's
certainly wouldn't be
say-
the worst crime I've ever heard of.
Let's say, and I think that this is probably pretty normal for families that have kids and adopt more kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably never a super smooth transition process.
Sure.
Well,
That's-
especially with the language.
That's why I
barrier.
say I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
and,
they're-
and
Because it's a rough transition process, and a lot of things are said, and that at this point I'm not 100% sure we're like true in the moment. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I understand that those feelings can change as you become an adult, and I don't know where they stand now exactly, but like at that time, I'm not 100% sure that they were like the most psyched to be coming.
well, at least I hope they were given the choice of
Right.
staying
Yeah.
where they were.
Well, it
I
seemed
think
to
they
work out
were.
for
I
the
think
better.
they were. Yeah.
All right. So
it's
back.
come around.
So the
Yeah.
Miracle on Ice. Back to
Well,
you.
no. That's not really the story. That's just a
Yeah.
tangent that we went on. The story is about me when I was in the military, and I was 17 when I went in.
Which
My
branch?
mother had to sign Army, and then I went to basic training in Fort Benning, in Georgia, and then I went to Fort Carson, Colorado, and I was. I was the worst soldier probably ever had. I was
Hell
so
yeah.
bad. I was in trouble all the time, man. I couldn't help it. I don't even understand, man. At first, when I got in, they loved the shit out of me. They were like, "Oh man, look at this guy. He can run forever, and he's fucking smart, and he fucking can do all this shit." And then I got just bored as fuck after like 2 weeks of being there. And I was like, "Come on, man, is this what we're doing? Really? Is this?
And then
this
it's
is your
just-
fucking? We're
yeah.
gonna spend another 13 fucking weeks doing this? We've learned everything we need to learn. There's nothing else to learn. We're just gonna go over the same, and we
Yeah.
did. We went over the same fucking shit, and motherfuckers were still getting it wrong
Yeah. It's because 7.
right next to me.
The military's not looking for the best and the brightest. They're looking
We
for
were
gullible
having fun,
teenagers.
man. We didn't give a fuck. No one
Yeah.
fucking gave a shit. We were at war. We didn't care. We were just fucking. There was no risk of us going into battle of any kind. So everybody was
Yeah.
just fucking dicking around, and we all were all yelling at each other and fighting and getting drunk all the fucking time. Everybody was doing drugs. They weren't supposed to be doing any drugs.
Damn.
It was crazy, man. I was like, these, and I would always think to myself, these are the people that are supposed to be protecting me.
Yeah. Man, it was not like that when I was in at all. It was like because we weren't going to see combat, they made it more nightmarish
Some-
intentionally.
In some ways, yes, absolutely. There's no doubt. We didn't
Yeah.
just get to run around like drunks all day.
Yeah.
But we.
But every waking moment that you were able to, you
when,
ran around
when
like
we were
drunks.
able to break free for a moment
Yeah.
here and there, even if you just filled your canteen with fucking booze, you just
Yep.
wanted to get fucking numb in your head, so you don't have to listen to this motherfucker who had the right lawful way to just yell at you to your fucking face.
Yep.
And you couldn't do jack fucking shit about it. And if they really wanted to, they could fucking hit you, and there wasn't shit you could do about it. They didn't do that often, but they sure as
Yeah.
fuck did, and I got hit by a couple of them.
Damn.
I had a motherfucking captain, officer,
Dude.
fucking while I'm running across the field with the heaviest fucking thing the Army gives one person to carry. I'm the littlest motherfucker in the squad. They give this shit to me. Oh, yeah, give it to fucking Holmes. He'll fucking be fine. I was like, they thought I was going to bitch about it. Like I was going to be like, oh, don't give it to me. I'm the littlest. I was like, motherfuckers, if y'all are all scared to fucking carry this shit, I'll fucking carry it. So I'm carrying this shit across a field for the third fucking time because these dumbasses couldn't figure out how to fucking line up right or whatever the fuck they were doing. So I'm running for the third time in a row across the same fucking field, carrying the heaviest fucking thing the Army has, and my fucking captain of my company ran up behind me, grabbed me by the back of my fucking neck, and flung me to the fucking ground while I'm carrying this fucking thing. And then flips me over and goes, "Move your ass!"
Oh, fuck.
Right in my fucking face. I was
Yeah.
like, you gotta be out of your fucking mind. I
Yeah.
couldn't do jack shit. He made a joke about it later the day in formation. He's standing up in front of the formation. He's like, oh yeah, and by the way, me and Private Holmes had a little accidental bump into each other out on the battlefield. I was like, yeah, we sure the fuck did. God damn, I really want to figure out a way to do something to that motherfucker. Usually I do. Usually I figure out, but I don't do it unless I can do it eyeball to fucking eyeball. I don't ever do no fucking sneaky shit. That ain't my way. I'm not going to fucking go up behind you and fuck
Yeah.
your shit up.
Yeah.
If I'm mad at you and I want to fucking square shit up, I'm going to pull you up to my fucking face. He didn't want to do that, so he just threw me to the fucking ground and because
Yeah.
he knew that would make him look like a tough guy
Right.
because he threw me to the fucking ground and I didn't do anything because I couldn't. I'd go to fucking jail no matter what I
Yeah.
did.
Yep.
I would have gone to
And
jail.
that guy gets
he wanted
off
me
to
to go
that.
to jail.
Yeah.
He wanted me to hit him back, so I would go to jail.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, that's not even the story.
That's the game they
So
play.
they send me my fucking like last year in the Army. I'm 2 years done. I got a year to go. These motherfuckers send me to Korea.
Hell yeah.
Holy
I went to
shit.
Korea from the beginning.
Oh, you went to Korea?
Yeah, that was right out of basic.
Oh, really? So where'd you go?
I was on Osan Air Base.
Oh, you were on Air Base?
I was
Air
the best.
Force?
No, I was in the Army. But
How'd
I
you-
was air defense.
Air Defense?
So they would put
Well,
us on air
obviously-
bases.
From when I was in to when you were in, there's all kinds of
No,
different shit.
same
going.
system.
Same exact positions?
Patriot system.
Fair
Yep.
enough. I
No,
don't
the
know anything
Patriot-
about it, so I'm not gonna pretend I know about
Patriot's been around since like the late 70s.
Fair enough.
And it looks the same.
Right. Well, there you go. But I didn't use it back then, and
Yeah, you didn't,
right.
but it was around.
All right. Fair enough.
So you're in Korea. What part
Yeah.
of Korea?
Yeah, where were you?
I went to Camp Casey. Is
Up-
where we
Up
checked
north,
in.
right?
I guess we were in the second
I'm trying
ID.
to remember where Camp Casey is.
I think it's in the city that it was outside of. It was called Tongdachong. That was the city outside of
Let's look it on the map.
Casey.
That's not right.
It's Detroit.
Nope, still Detroit. It's somewhere. I'm trying to remember where Camp Casey is. But no, was it like up north towards the DMZ?
I was actually at Camp Hovey, which was off of Camp Casey, where I was stationed.
Okay.
So we checked in at Casey, and then they moved us to Hovey, which was it was a bus ride over. And often during the morning when we did our runs, we would run from Hovey to Casey and back. Obviously, we had to run back. And we did that a few times. So I don't remember how far it was, maybe like 2 miles. And there was a bus that ran throughout the day between the two places that would sweep through Casey and then sweep through and there was a pool at Casey, which was nice, so you could go to a pool and hang out. And they had a bar there, and you could drink. But then, they had the gate there, too. They had the main gate, and that was out to Tongdeshan.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the biggest city.
That's up north.
That was the biggest city that was near Camp Casey was Tongdeshan. And I loved going to Tongdeshan. The city that was outside of Hovey, that was called Tokaree. And I went into Tokaree quite a bit, but it was really, really small. There was only a couple places to go.
Yeah.
And,
did you guys have a Ville back
young.
then?
Do what?
A Ville?
Yeah, that was the Ville that was outside, was Tokaree. It's not a city like what you think of. It's it's not fun. It's not a good place to be. It's not a fun place to be living. These people are barely surviving, living off the wages that they make, off of whatever job they have, doing stuff for us. And they do everything. They bring us anything we want all the time. When I was over there, the people that lived there, I believe that's how they made their money. And, you would go downtown and see them all the time. And they were not doing great. They needed support in a lot of ways. And a lot of guys did support them. I mean, a lot of guys married girls that were there and fell in love and found somebody they wanted to get married to. A lot of people brought their spouses' mothers and families over.
Yep.
So it was.
That too.
I always
that's how you got to have a base or a house off base.
If that's
You
what
brought
they
your
wanted
family,
to do,
yeah.
if that's what they wanted to do, and that's how they wanted to, they chose to live. I thought it was amazing. I really did. So, I never saw it as a bad thing of us being over there. Some people might see it that way.
I mean,
I
Korea,
enjoyed the shit out of it.
I had a fun time.
I had so much fun. I can't even tell you. I had no idea how much fun I was going to have. And so,
all right. So what's
I'm
your
over there.
Korea story? I have a Korea story on the Patreon for everybody.
Well,
Little plug.
I think my third month that I was there, they stationed us up on the DMZ, which is the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. So, there was, I don't know if this is still the case, but at the time there was a section of that demilitarized zone that we live fire patrolled during the day and that we set in ambush for at night. And
I think they still do that probably.
I would imagine they do, because I don't know anything has changed in that relationship that would prevent
but it's
that.
still like touristy back then.
I would not say it was not the part I was out in was tourist.
Not where
there was
you
a touristy part, and there was.
But
the part
there was
that
a tourist part.
Because
I had to go on the tourist thing 3 times.
Exists.
Yeah,
I believe that's.
No, I went 3 times.
Yeah,
Of the DMZ?
It's Pamela and John, right?
They
It's
made
Pamela and
me.
John?
I can't remember. But I signed up for it the first time because I'm like, oh, this will be a cool cultural experience, and then they forced me to go 2 other times.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I get it, though. I'd like to see it, too.
Yeah, you can see the world's largest flagpole with the world's largest flag on it.
Really?
Yeah, North Korea has it.
How big is the DMZ? Like, how big is that zone?
I think
It's 4 kilometers wide.
I was gonna say like 10. I don't know. Maybe 50. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. I know it's an equal distance, and there's a fence on both the sides, and then the middle there's another fence, and they bring people to the fence and try to start shit. Well, they don't. I don't know if they
2.5 miles wide.
Yeah,
Whoa.
There you go. 2.5
Yep,
miles
4
wide.
kilometers. Because I remember it was 2 kilometers on each side. So each side technically controls like 2 kilometers of the DMZ and has their own traps and stuff set up. Like it's all
They got
mine.
booby traps?
Oh, it's all
Oh, yeah.
minefields and
There's,
stuff. Yeah.
there's minefields all over the place.
A thing that we
Supposedly.
a thing that we would do when we would be driving like convoys up to the ranges to shoot, because they're all up near the DMZ, mostly shooting towards the border.
Damn.
But when you're up there, a lot of the roads you're on will have fences along the road that have these little triangle red signs that say minefield in English and Korean. And it was like a thing where like you'd be like when people would stop, you'd get out and take your cutters and you'd take one of those little signs.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I never did that.
Yeah, well, you guys were working there. That was like novel for us.
So you went over there. You were in the service though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you were.
But we were only going near the DMZ either for tourist purposes or to shoot. But we were
to shoot what? Oh,
Like-
to shoot your.
yeah, like if you'd had to qualify, most of the ranges were up north, so we would like get on a bus and go 3 hours. I was more down. I was like down this way here, Osan.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I ever made it down there. I liked it closer to the border.
Yeah.
All the crazy people were. It was fun as shit. We had a good ass fucking time. So anyway, I had been there for about 3 months, and then they sent us up to the DMZ. We prepared for it. We spent 2 months getting ready. It was a very snowy time, so we had these white coveralls.
Yeah, and it gets so cold up there.
It's freezing all the time. It was warm for about a month and a half, and then it was freezing the rest of the time. It was so cold. I was always freezing. I was like, "Fuck!" Is it ever warm? The ground had this deep of snow on it everywhere you went. That's what you had as a surface. There was nowhere to put it. There was nowhere for it to go.
Damn.
That's.
I didn't realize it was so
Oh,
snowy
man, it
in
was
Korea.
brutal. It was so brutal. And so, and then DMZ is all rice paddies. So it's frozen, and they fertilize the rice paddies with human shit. That's what you're walking through. You're walking through puddles of human shit. So you're walking up to your knees in human shit. Not question, not, and
Not
you're
thinking
like,
about
all right,
it.
whatever. And then it's freezing, cold. So you're like, this is fucking insane. What the fuck is going on? But you do it. I was young, man, and that was the only time during my time in the military where I took my military obligations seriously of all the time that I was in, because we were actually fucking doing something, and I felt connected to the dudes I was with. We had live ammunition on us, and we were prepared to engage. The chances of it were zero, but we were prepared, and we were supposed to be the United States presence that showed these guys don't fucking fuck with us. We're here. And that's what we were there to do. And I tried to do it the best I could. I actually ended up being in charge of navigation for my squad. I was very proud of doing that. And I carried a 203 grenade launcher. So I had multiple uses
Nice.
of what I did.
That's dope.
And those things are so fun.
Yeah, they're very fun. I got real good with the 203. I got real good with the 203. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was amazing with the 203. In
By
fact,
the
I
way, the
won several
203
awards.
specifically is the one
For shooting
mounted
that.
on the bottom of your gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
The
How far can
203
you
is
shoot that?
specifically the one that's
I
mounted
think
to
they
the
could
bottom
go,
of your
I
gun.
believe could go about 450
yeah,
yards.
something like that.
That's awesome.
But it's
That's
a
like
mini
hitting
grenade.
a golf ball.
It's a mini
Yeah.
grenade.
And
And
That's
if you
awesome.
don't really have to aim it.
Yeah.
If you learn how it works right,
Yeah.
you can just angle it and get the right angle. And
yeah,
it's
it really
gonna
is.
go
It really
flying.
is like that.
That sounds
it's-
so much
oh,
fun.
man,
That's
I
worth the
loved it.
fucking trip.
I love
Have you ever
I loved
shot like a firework mortar
Yeah.
holding
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tube?
yeah.
It feels basically exactly like that.
Oh, that's so.
That was
Boom.
fun.
It makes that same sound.
Yeah, we did that on the beach. We
And
were
you
dropping
can
them
kind of
and
predict
holding it.
exactly the arc of where it's
Yeah.
going to go. You can kind of you know.
It's pretty, and it's cool because it's fast, but it's moving slow enough that you can watch it go.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
it's
can
like
see
Top
it.
Golf.
So you
with a
can watch.
grenade.
Yeah, you can watch it the
Right.
whole
It
way
was-
and then watch it go.
It was my favorite weapon while I was in the
Did
service.
you-
Like
was
sharks.
using
Did
Hear
you
me
ever
out.
get to shoot a Mark 19?
that. I don't remember them having those when I was
It's
in.
it's
What
a
is-
full auto grenade launcher.
No, I never got to shoot one of those.
Dude, there should
Obviously, I
be
didn't have-
that should be a thing. You should
Dude.
be able to go to a place like Top Golf and shoot a grenade launcher.
I mean, it was fun. I'm not
Dude,
gonna lie,
that is
and I'm
so-
not even,
Yeah.
but I've never been a big gun guy. I think that first time I held a rifle was in the military. I now.
But then
carried
you
a
get
few-
into it and you're like, yeah, this
carried a few
motherfucking
pistols.
thing.
I like pistols back.
So
in the
this
day.
thing.
Dude, put
Yeah.
that on the screen.
They had what was the?
Yeah, I
they
got
had
to
a
shoot one
new-
of these.
The weapon the new machine gun that they came out when I was in was the Saw.
Oh, okay,
That
yeah.
was the Saw.
I never touched one that probably was made. The ones that I was using were probably the same ones you were.
You're probably right. I'm sure of that. Yeah. So they were designed to last that long, and they made us clean the fuck out of them all the time to make sure that they would. So that's
Yeah,
all we
but,
spend your
you
time
know.
doing.
That's crazy.
So anyway, me and my buddy, we finally get a break while we're up there on the DMZ. While you're up there, you're working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are on alert or you are up there patrolling, or you are in an ambush. You are in 3 different states, and none of them are restful. And you cannot fall asleep for 1 second, or you're going to go to fucking prison for the rest of your life. So, no shit.
Keep you up.
Right.
It's good
Yeah.
motivation.
So my buddy and I,
Takers.
me and 2 of my buddies, we get a pass to go back. We get an overnight pass. And, we want to go have fun. We're young. So we wanted to go back to the barracks and get our clothes and go out where we were familiar with everybody, not go into some one of those strange towns up where we were because we didn't know anybody there. We could get in shit going up in somebody's place wrong,
Yeah.
So we wanted to go back to our familiar territory. So we get on the bus back to the base, and it's about a 2.5-hour ride, and we decided, let's take some beers. Let's have
Might
Yeah.
as well
I mean, it's a 2.5-hour
It's
ride.
2.5
I'm not
hours.
driving.
get a couple
2.5
little
hours.
bottles
We
of
had- no one was
soju.
driving. We did have some shit. We probably had a few shots with us too.
Yeah.
We got bought a few
Soju?
shots.
I mean, soju comes in 12-ounce bottles,
Really? Little
Yeah.
airplanes?
No, we were
No,
we were
12
doing
ounce.
like
Oh.
tequila,
like
we were-
beer-sized
We were
bottles.
shooting tequila.
You don't
Ooh.
drink it like that,
Okay.
but you do shoot it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can do whatever you want with it. You can drink. I wasn't a big fan of it. I really didn't do much to me. It gave me a headache. Is really all I'd ever do
Oh,
for me.
really? Were they mixing it with Kool-Aid? Or I think what they were doing
I can't
when I was
remember.
there was they were making Kool-Aid with soju.
Dude,
I
that's
believe
too
it. Was,
sweet.
that sounds similar to what they were doing. But
Yeah.
I didn't like it. So back then I just drank beer and took shots of tequila. That was all I did.
Yeah, I had too many. Were you drinking like the Height,
What do you mean?
the Korean beers? There were like 3 Korean
I
light
never
beers.
did. Yeah, no, I didn't drink those. They had one brand that was because they just, to me, they tasted different. I didn't like beer
No,
to
they
begin
weren't the
with.
best.
I didn't enjoy the taste of beers at that age at all. I drank it all the time, but I didn't like it. So if I found something that tasted even worse than that, I would at least go back to that, and be like, oh, let me taste what at least I'm familiar with. So no, I drank I can't remember the brand of it, but it was one. I think that and maybe Heineken or something. You had that choice, and they were
Yeah.
supposed to be from America.
Okay. So you're on the bus
So, anyway,
drinking.
so we're on the bus drinking. I'm fucking dumbass friends, and we didn't think about it. I didn't think about it either. But obviously, we're drinking beers, and we got to take a piss, And we're on this bus with Korean-speaking people. There's no stops. It goes from where we're going to there. It's 2.5 hours, and it's filled with people. Fucking
Packed.
filled with people. We have like the very back row. It's like this far. There's 3 of us in the back. And even when we got on, like a few of the people moved up a couple seats to fucking get away from us because they did not fucking want us on that bus
No.
at all. They were not happy about us being there. They had fucking live chickens and shit. They were not
Yeah.
fucking around.
Dude,
I'm
your
telling you, they
vibe's
had-
throwing off my chicken.
Right. They had actual farm animals more than
Oh
just
my
chickens.
God, this
on the
is
thing.
my nightmare ride.
No.
Definitely
I
got to
was-
chug some beers.
No, I was
You're
enjoying
just
the fuck
hammered
out
in a
of it. I was
staring
so happy.
contest
I
with a
really
goat?
Was. I was trying to,
Yeah.
any way that I could in a nice, quiet way. I felt like I was having a decent conversation with a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just drinking them. When I had to take a piss, I went to the corner of the bus and I pissed in a fucking can and I threw the can out the window. Like a gentleman.
like
Like
a
a
gentleman.
that's an American gentleman. I think Koreans handle
Right,
that
well,
different.
Hold on.
They usually
it
pee
gets
on the
worse.
street.
It gets way worse. It gets way worse. It gets way
You're
worse.
like shoulder to
I would
shoulder
not
with
waste
the
your
guy.
time with a boring story about
Okay.
pissing on a bus. I can assure you.
A boring
So-
story about pissing on a
So
bus.
I'm sitting there, my buddy. I'm talking to the people in Korean. He's sitting directly behind me, pissing directly onto the floor,
Oh no! Holy shit!
loud as fuck.
Yeah.
Just spraying directly onto the fucking floor, loud as shit, and it's peeing. It's in a tidal wave
Yeah.
down the fucking bus, down the whole bus.
No.
Well, to be
every-
fair,
there's
I
old
just
women.
watched that goat pee on this floor, so
Oh my god!
People are getting pit. The old ladies getting pee on their dresses.
Oh, that's gross.
The animals are licking it. The kids' their baskets are sitting in it. My friend is fucking pissing on the fucking floor.
Oh,
What the
yeah.
fuck are you
Dude.
doing? Are you out of your fucking mind? I
That's
turned to
worse.
him and I go, "Hey man, what the fuck?" Are you
And I'm like, hey man,
I didn't know what
what
to
the
say.
fuck are you
He
doing?
goes, "Oh, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it." I'm
Don't
like,
worry about
God,
it.
that's such a
These
drunk
people are
thing to
fucking
say.
having a conniption.
Yeah.
You're not even
These
fucking paying
people
attention.
are really
They
worried
are
about it.
mad as
We're gonna get
fuck.
kicked off this bus.
Oh, kicked off the bus is not even close to what happened, buddy. Kicked off the bus ain't even close. So we're sitting there now. There's undeniable piss everywhere, and
Yeah.
we've still got 45 fucking minutes to go. Still have 45 minutes to go. I've got pissed while this is happening. So now
Yeah,
I'm
but now
sitting in the
everybody's
regular-
looking at you, so
Yeah.
you can't even do it in the can.
Can't do
subtly.
it. Can't do it anywhere. I've got to sit there. I'm like, all right, this bus pulls in, man. I'm gonna get off this bus. I'm gotta find a place to take a piss. I'm gonna take a piss. So we didn't go to the bus stop. He drove us to the police station,
Oh,
directly
Oh,
to
no.
the South Korean police station, not the military police station. The South
the
Korean
sudden
fucking police
realization of
station.
being like, this isn't the bus
This is-
station.
Right. Oh, they were looking. When they pulled up and the bus stopped, all the people they watched it pull up, and then they all looked directly at us. And the three of us are just standing back there, and I'm like, man, we are in some deep
Yeah.
fucking
You're like,
shit.
My Korean's not great, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
we're in
we're
trouble.
in deep
What a
fucking
baller
shit.
bus driver move.
So we get out, and there's 15 South Korean police officers standing around waiting for us to get out with white gloves and batons in their fucking hands.
Hell yeah.
They were not playing fucking games. One of my fucking friends.
One of them are like, I
managed
hope
to
you cause
escape
it.
their view some fucking how.
What?
I have no idea how he fucking did it. He magically disappeared into the crowd, and I fucking have never missed somebody so much in my fucking
Bro.
life. I watched him disappear into the crowd, and I wanted to be like, take me fucking with you, please.
The guy who peed?
No, it wasn't him. The guy
Okay.
Pete and I, we're
Oh,
still
that's
standing there. So
amazing.
the
He
guy Pete and
Cheshire
I-
Cat. he did the
I couldn't
Cheshire
believe he
Cat.
did it.
Just,
And I don't think he believed he did it. 'Cause
Yeah.
he paused for just a second, and then he was like his eyes started bulging, and he just fucking
Yeah.
made a dash.
Yeah.
And I couldn't blame him.
Yeah, you can't do-
he's-
dude,
he's not
that
gonna-
happened-
Yeah, all he's gonna do is get arrested himself. It's
Yeah.
gonna be worse.
that happened at a fucking prom party when I was in high school. Our buddy Levi was sitting there, and we're all against the fence. Everybody's about to get arrested for underage drinking, and guy goes, "Can I see your ID?" He goes, "Oh, actually, I was over there with that group, and I showed that police officer my ID." And the guy goes, "You idiot. Go back over there with that group," because they had us all in groups. And as I'm sitting there and they're going down the line breathalyzing, I just watched him just slowly. He's like, "I'm sorry." Like just faded
Oh, man.
into the night. And I was
I've done
like,
it.
I
I've
mean,
done it.
you
I'm
gotta
not gonna
save
deny
you
it.
gotta
I've
save
done it.
yourself if you
Yeah.
I've
can.
done it.
Yeah.
I've done it. I can remember specific incidents that I did that. But that deviates. But
Well, yeah.
if I don't want us to be in a time crunch. There's
All right.
a lot more to this story.
That's what
There's a
this
lot
all.
more to this
That's
story.
what we're
Yeah,
doing.
This is not-
we're at an hour. Let's
Okay,
get through
okay.
this thing.
So we'll get
Keep
back.
going. So
Yeah.
can you keep going?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. All right. So anyway, so here we are now.
You're with.
We are under arrest in a South Korean fucking police station. And they didn't want us sitting comfortably in chairs waiting for people to fucking come pick us up.
Yeah.
They immediately processed us and put us in the local fucking jail. Immediately.
no.
Immediately.
Korean
Immediate-
jail?
Korean
Not
jail.
great. What does
Korean
that look
fucking
like?
jail.
What is the?
Horrible.
What an
Horrible.
what an efficient people.
They were very efficient when it came to us. We were right.
Very
I was
efficient with incarceration.
Like, I was like, holy fucking
Like, justice
Jesus,
moves
what in
quick
the
over here.
fuck is going
Man,
on?
so did you guys have to start your own like mini 2-person gang in the Korean jail?
No, we were held fairly separate from the other people because they knew that they would kill us.
No.
And we
Wow.
were still Americans. I mean,
Yeah.
we weren't just nothings.
Yeah.
We were Americans, and they were not going to let us just get killed in
Yeah.
the fucking
They're like,
thing.
that'll-
And I knew
yeah.
that, and I wasn't looking for trouble with
Yeah.
any of them anyway. In fact, I made friends with quite a few of them. You know, so
Yeah.
and we didn't even speak the same language. We would have to just figure out ways to communicate
Yeah,
and
just
shit.
blowjobs make quick friends.
All right,
Damn it, Trent.
Jesus
It's-
Christ.
Hey, I gotta swing sometimes. My bad.
My hands are soft in every language. Fucking idiot.
Jesus. Man, believe me, that might be how you see things from
Oh
the
my
outside.
God.
That's
I
not the perspective
know.
of the people that
No,
are in
we're
there.
we're making jokes.
Yeah, right.
So, all right, so
I get it. That's cool.
we're arrested.
So we're
All
in
right,
there.
all right, so you're in
and,
there.
you know, they finally get us out of there. The Army comes and gets us.
Yeah, and they're
And,
really
and-
happy
and
about
they are
that. I
like,
bet.
They are like, you guys are in so much fucking trouble. They were just couldn't. They had every ranking person in my entire company standing right there. The captain, the fucking the executive officer.
Oh, no.
My first sergeant, my platoon sergeant, my squad leader. They were
Yeah.
all sitting there. And it was his too, because we were in the same fucking squad. So they were getting both of us fucking out.
Yeah, and you guys became a Friday safety brief that lasted in Korea for years, I'm sure.
I doubt
Where they were
allowed
like,
GIs
do
on
not
those-
pee on a
they wouldn't
bus.
probably let GIs on those buses anymore. I don't know.
Really?
I would guess it might. It would. Oh, it's not. I'm not done.
That might have been the last bus ride.
Yeah, I'm not.
The final bus
they
ride.
they were not pleased. So anyway, so now the big investigation has to fucking take place. Now I'm in the middle of the investigation with the fucking Army version of the FBI people pulling me into this fucking room. I'm sitting there. I'm handcuffed. I have 0 rights, and they tell me you have 0 rights.
Yeah.
They're like, don't think for 1 second that
Yeah.
you have any rights in this room because you have none. And I'm like, all right.
That's
And
military.
so they just start telling me what I
Yeah.
did. They're like, so you go out. Because this is back, at this point, there's no way to prove anything about that anybody did anything. They have no tests like that to link you connecting to any fluid at that point in history. So I don't know what they're talking about. You know, they're yelling all this fucking shit at me that they're going to figure out. They took samples of the fucking urine off the bottom of the fucking bus. This is what these motherfuckers are screaming in my face. We took samples. Did you think we wouldn't take samples?
We have samples
Oh,
of
my
the piss.
Bro,
Jesus Christ.
I feel like they definitely were lying.
Well, I didn't know if they did or not, but I knew for a fact that I did not fucking
Yeah.
pee on the
Yeah.
bus. So I didn't give a fuck
Yeah,
whether
you're
they,
like-
I didn't care what they said to me. I knew in this one incident, I was like,
I didn't
thank
do it.
God, this
I
is the
didn't.
one time in my life I'm completely innocent of what all these people are fucking accusing me of.
God.
And I was like, thank you, God, because I don't have to. They're not scaring me in the tiniest little bit. They were right in my face. They were screaming. They took turns screaming. I'm sitting there. I'm like, did anybody see how fucking insane this fucking thing is right
They're like,
now?
they're doing a bad cop,
These
bad
guys are
cop routine.
screaming at me about somebody
bad
taking
cop,
a
worse
fucking
cop.
piss. I was like, this is insane. I was like,
Yeah.
these guys were they wanted this was gonna be. I guess I don't know. I don't know their job. I never even
Yeah.
knew they existed. I guess this was a big case to them. It had gained at least local attention in terms of the press in the Korean. I don't think the military press was allowed to
No.
bring it up at all.
No,
and
probably
then
not.
back then there was no way for anybody to know. And we knew that we were in deep fucking shit. I mean, no question about it. So they kept screaming at me forever. Like hours, like 5 fucking hours. The same fucking thing over and over and over again. And all I had ever said the whole time, because they were like, your buddy's in there ratting you out. That's what they were telling me. They're like, he's already signed a confession that says
I feel like those
he
guys.
peed on the bus and you peed on the bus. We have a signed confession that says that. And I was listening. First of all, I knew that was bullshit. I knew my fucking friend.
Yeah.
I knew what we had gone through together. I knew that we didn't go through like a fucking shake hands and drink a beer. We were out doing fucking live fire patrols where I was setting the distance for where he was going to aim his sniper fucking rifle.
Yeah.
You think I think this motherfucker's going to tell you that I pissed on a bus? Get the fuck out of here, you motherfucking pieces of shit. That was what was going through my fucking head while they
Yeah.
were talking. I was so fucking insulted that they would say that about my
Yeah.
fucking
Like, I
friend
know he didn't
and
fucking
try to
do that.
fucking make me believe that about my fucking friend. Cocksucking motherfuckers. Thinking they were going to scare me. I've been interrogated by the police 1,000 fucking times. You think I give a shit about these
Yeah.
motherfuckers? This was their big fucking case. These guys were jizzing all fucking over themselves that they were going to beat this fucking confession out of me that I pissed on the fucking bus. I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to confess.
Somebody's trying to make captain on
Oh
this.
my God, it was ridiculous. They would be like, and you'll call me sir, and all this
Yeah,
shit. I was
yeah.
like, fuck.
I just have the image of the guy with like a cup with the pee rolling off the back of the bus, just collecting it. He's like, I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. No, they made some poor kid do it.
Is this over there? He's like, I know it was you.
I can tell. Give me a sample, fresh from the tap.
So they
Yeah, if you think that the regular court system is
they-
corrupt.
well, but the Koreans, they still wanted a piece of us. They weren't happy. They weren't happy with Doug.
Yeah,
They weren't
probably
happy
not.
with that result.
Probably not.
Because he didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. Now we get back. We get back to the barracks. And we're still up on the DMZ. We're still stationed up there. So we're going back and forth to the DMZ. Whenever we get set free for a moment, we're going back up to the DMZ
Yeah.
and working at the DMZ. So I'm now sitting with them, and goddamn, what did he say?
Should we run for it? They're not mad at us in
Oh,
North
no,
Korea.
no. It wasn't what he said. It was how he was behaving. So we get back from this interrogation, and look, I was not. He was like 25. I was 19 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought I was Joe Gangster, but at a certain point, these motherfuckers yelling at me, I started to be like, all right, man, are they gonna let me get out of here? Whatever. I never told nothing. I never said nothing. Only thing I ever said to them was, I didn't pee on the bus, and I didn't see anybody pee on the bus. That's the only. I repeated that over and over, no matter what they fucking said to me. I said, I will tell you the same thing I've said to you every single time you've told me one of your stories.
This was their piss game.
I didn't. Right.
We're going to get to the bottom of it.
I didn't pee on the bus, and I didn't see anyone pee on the bus.
You can't handle the urine.
So,
Bro,
you know,
somebody got assassinated
so
over this
we get
case.
back to the fucking barracks, and the motherfucker that's with me is like laughing his ass off about the whole fucking thing. Still, he's
Yeah.
laughing. He's like, "Oh, did they pull you back in one of them rooms with all them guys?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Do you think that's what I wanted to fucking spend my day doing? What the fuck? When is this gonna even matter to you at all? It never did.
Yeah.
He never gave a fuck.
It's like
at
his
all.
third or
He-
fourth
he
international
laughed it
incident.
off. He laughed it off every single fucking time. He started making fun of the guy that interrogated him. His name was Inspector Jarbo. He just used to say, "Oh, Inspector Jarbo."
I mean,
He was making fun of him all the time. And I was like, the guy has not dropped the case. He could still fucking pull us in for another
yeah.
10 hours.
Yeah.
Try not to piss him off. So anyway, but the Army, there wasn't really a whole lot else they could do. And it was so stupid anyway. And I'm like, how much longer are you guys going to invest your time in this? But the Koreans were pissed. And they were like, oh, no.
I wonder
you
why.
Can't fucking, you can't let these guys off. They peed on dresses of our women.
Yeah,
We're
it's
not,
pretty rude.
did not, and so they agreed that we would go to
The amount of piss
They-
that would come out of you after slugging beers on a 2-hour bus ride. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The amount of piss
It's
that
not
we're
a
talking
small
about
amount.
is a catastrophic tidal wave of pee. Like, it's an international.
It was insane. It was insane. I couldn't believe all this was happening. So they agreed that we
International
had to
Pincident.
go to the Korean place for like the next 30 days or so until they felt we had to express proper remorse and seemed as we were willing to be really sorry about what we did in their language, which was important. I did not want to be a part of disgracing those ladies. I couldn't believe he did it, but I was in a very tough spot. I wasn't going to tell on him. I
No,
wasn't going
you
to tell
can't.
him. There was no way, and I wasn't going to admit to fucking nothing to
Yeah.
the people harassing me. I wish that hadn't happened to those ladies. I certainly didn't want it to. I couldn't believe he did it. I feel horrible that it did, but you know, I didn't want to go to prison in fucking over somebody else peeing on a bus.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway, they agreed
What a
that they would
crazy
hold us
thing.
at their place until they felt we were sorry, and then we would have a chance to publicly apologize to the ladies, and then we would spend the rest of our times being held in American detention under American lock and key was the arrangement.
Yeah, but they sent you guys right back to work, I bet.
They held us in the room for like 2 hours.
Try not to piss everywhere.
There they go.
They were like, "This
They
is
go,
your
"Can
prison
you guys,
cell. This is
they
my
go-
barracks room."
They go, "Can you guys stay out of fucking trouble?"
Y'all fucking chill,
And we
dude.
were like, "Yes, sir." Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Back to
Yeah.
work. It was like it never happened. It was like it never happened, and I didn't want to talk about it, and he didn't want to talk about it. And I really, until I told it to Jason Halsey, and I didn't tell it directly to him. I was a mic telling it, and I said it, and somehow somebody else brought up something that brought up being in prison, and I just Jason Halsey was like, "Tell that story when you were in prison." But it wasn't really a prison. It was just like a local, you know. It was
Like a holding cell in
I
Korea?
guess I don't. You know, there were a lot of nice people and a lot of not so nice people. You know, and so you just, and they weren't going to do anything to us. I knew that they couldn't. They were our ally. They were not our enemy.
Yeah. Now it's an international incident the other way.
Well, if it had happened now, we would have probably gone to a South Korean prison for like 10 years because that's what they wanted.
Probably.
That's what they wanted. That was the
Probably, yeah.
penalty for what they want us to get.
For 10 years?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
yeah, that's what they wanted us to get.
Man.
And you know, the U.S.
Koreans,
military at
Koreans
that time
were
they,
not
they
piss
protected
shy
us.
when I was
They
there.
protected us.
Yeah.
They absolutely protected us. They got us out of their custody. If they hadn't got us out of their custody, I don't know what would have happened.
It's weird because Koreans weren't particularly piss shy when I was there.
Do
Like,
what?
we'd be out in the Ville, and
Right.
you'd see
Right.
Korean
Well, hey,
dudes
and my
pissing in
friend
an
said that.
alley,
I
and
know.
you'd see cops walk by them.
I know, and my friend would say that all the time. That was his big. He would,
Now, on
he
the
would throw
bus.
that, he'd be like,
Yeah,
he was
but-
like,
on
these
the bus.
motherfuckers are pissing all
Hey,
over the
but
fucking place.
on the bus is crazy.
On the
I'm like,
bus
that's
is
not the
crazy.
same.
On the,
I was
it's
like,
not
it's
the
not the
same
same.
thing, but
That's like we had a buddy that peed in a parking deck, and I was just like, dude, that's not cool. Like, because it went
Yeah.
everywhere, and it was all
Yeah.
by people's cars. He was like, it's outside. I was like, you're...
not really.
No, the outside is the dirt. That's what qualifies
Yeah.
peeing outside,
The
is when
dirt.
you pee into
Peeing
grass
on-
or
peeing
dirt.
on
and
people's
it can soak
cars.
it
Man.
in.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, people's
doing
cars.
Shit, doing shit to people. I'm not
No,
gonna
no,
bring
you
it up.
can't
I'm just
pee in,
saying,
like-
you don't
I'm always
disrespect a
afraid.
man's fucking.
Yeah, I'm always afraid I'm going to get caught peeing. I have a really hard
You know,
time
I'm not
peeing
gonna lie.
outside.
I've had years where I lived in my Jeep. It was overnight. If I gotta pretend I didn't take a piss.
Oh no, no! I mean,
Yeah.
I've definitely done it. I'm just always
Yeah.
like on watch when I'm
I
I'm
feel
peeing
like-
I
outside.
don't really give a fuck.
I feel like karmically there might be an incident at Seven Fest on
try
one
to
of those
be-
long drives.
I try to be careful to not be in a like I'm just pissing in public. You know,
Yeah,
I try to be
yeah,
discreet
yeah, yeah.
somewhere and go
Of
somewhere where
course.
I know there's no chance of somebody seeing me and being upset. And
Yeah.
because I don't want to be caught taking a piss in fucking public after
No.
all I've already been through.
Yeah, Little John got caught in Athens, and he was in an alleyway, and he was peeing, and he's like off in this alleyway, and then all of a sudden he just hears, "Give me one reason why I shouldn't take you to jail." And he turns around, it's like a cop on a bicycle, and he's just sitting there, and he like zips his pants up. He goes, "I'm not driving," and the guy was like, "Fair enough, get out of here," and let him go. I was like watching, like,
Yeah, they'll let you go sometimes.
That's a good
Yeah.
Once in a
excuse.
while, you run across one. Really, it's because what you did wasn't that big of a deal, and they got more important shit to do.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I had to come down here to get you.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, I'm just
you
basically
weren't
telling you
doing
to
it.
stop.
Yeah, you weren't doing it anywhere that like was in the middle of the street.
Right.
I didn't
right.
accidentally roll
And
up on
if
you.
you stop and you button up and you're like, all right, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I had a cop one time. This was insane. I couldn't believe this happened. My buddies and I used to love to go to these daytime festivals, music festival, oyster shucking, whatever was going on. If there's something big, we would try to be there. So we go to this one. We get all drunk all day long. We're drinking, and we actually commandeered the radio station's outpost. And we took it over. Me and my friends started being the DJs
Oh, Jesus.
for like an hour and a half.
You guys are running the soundboard.
There was nobody there.
Oh, yeah. If they left, that's
People
an
left.
open.
Yeah, if you
I don't
leave
know
it
where they went.
unattended,
I
that's
kept
an
thinking they were
on
going
you.
to come back the whole time we
Yeah.
were sitting there. They never did. We
They
just
never
eventually
came
got
back.
sick of doing it and left doing it. But we were back there like we were the DJs. People were coming up requesting songs, all kinds of shit.
That's awesome. You're like, yeah,
They
we
wanted
got
to play
you.
games. They wanted free shit. We gave them everything they had. they're like, yeah, you can.
Hey, does anybody need a mic cable?
Yeah, you're like, I got a microphone right here, dude.
Oh man, it was so much fun. And I kept thinking, I was like, they've got to be coming back. Where the fuck
Yeah.
are these people? That's their job. How did we take over this radio station? This is insane, but we did. Oh man. Oh, so anyway, after we're done with that, we decided we wanted to go to this bar. This bar was open till like 4 a.m.
Oh, good. That's where you should go to celebrate getting out of
We pull
court.
up in the parking lot. We pull up in the parking lot. There's a not a security guard like normally. There's a fucking regular cop directing the traffic in the in the parking lot. What the fuck is he doing there? He goes, you gotta pull your car off to the right or some shit. And I was like, don't tell me what to do.
Oh, they love it when you say that.
they love that. You're like, I'm a fucking DJ.
And he's like, have you been drinking? And I was like,
Been
yeah, but I'm
DJing.
completely legal. I still had my legal sign from the fucking
Oh, your
festival
stamp?
that I was
Oh,
still
never
at.
good.
I was like, I'm completely legal. And he goes, that's all right, man. Go ahead. And he let me go. Me and my friend was sitting in the car with me. He was drunk as piss. He couldn't believe that he was saying that. And I had been drinking all fucking day long. And we had beers in the car from where we went.
He's probably standing there thinking, dude, I can't. The traffic will dissolve into
Yeah, well,
chaos if I fucking
it was the
stop.
beginning of the night. We were on our way in. We
He's
weren't
like,
driving
"God
out.
damn
We
it,
weren't
dude."
driving out. We were driving into park.
It's
You know,
just some
we were
guy
going in.
screaming.
I told him, I was like, we're legal. He's like, oh, what the fuck? He is going to have to stop and arrest 2 guys at the beginning of the night. The 2 guys who were headed into the bar. Why would you arrest us? Let us go in the
Like,
bar.
just get in there, dude.
You know, because I always figured at the end of the night when I knew I wasn't going to
Yeah.
do, there was no other
That
bars
guy was
open.
looking for you at the end
There
of the
was
night.
no
He's
other
like,
right,
if
but I
that guy's
sleep in my
around.
car. I didn't mind. I knew I
Yeah.
was going to sleep in
Yeah.
my car. Once I get to my last stop, but I have to get to my last.
Because I don't think they can just stop directing traffic. Because my dad tells me a story that his buddy.
Something about it, because he
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
flinch. I mean, he asked me 2 questions and waved me through, and I was like, man.
Because my dad said they went to a Falcons game one time and his buddy got wasted. And he got so drunk, the dude in front of him had like a Browns flag. And my dad's friend just lit the flag with his Zippo. Bro, my dad looked up and was like, what are you doing? So immediately he's kicked the fuck out, right? So my dad's like, nah, dude, I'm not leaving. Like, you're an idiot.
That's so funny.
So my dad's like, that's before cell phone. So he's like, we didn't fucking see him, right? He's nowhere to be found. They said as they're walking out of the stadium, they see him and he's like, what are you doing? And he looks and he's handcuffed to a street sign. There was a cop that was directing traffic, and he went out there and got behind the cop. It was like a lady cop, and he started directing traffic with her.
No.
But she couldn't stop, so she just arrested him.
Yeah,
and
she just handcuffed him to the pole. And
Oh.
was like, we'll process this
Yeah,
later.
She said,
I
I'll
got
deal with
arrested
you
a
when I
bunch
get
more
off.
times when I was in
Yeah,
Korea.
when I get done, I'll
Yeah, I know. People
just
man.
sitting out there handcuffed to a street
For a
sign.
million
God
reasons.
damn it.
Yeah, they always want to arrest people for doing stupid shit.
Lighting
why
a
do you
flag
care?
on fire
Come
is
on.
Yeah,
pretty
lighting a
hilarious.
flag on.
Well,
This is
that's-
the drunkest
that is-
move.
You didn't do it on purpose, right?
No, he did it on purpose.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm over this fucking Browns
There was
guy.
a guy with a Browns
Oh,
flag.
He had a big
I
like
thought
thing,
you said
an all
American
game.
flag.
No, he had a Browns flag all game
Oh.
in front of his face.
Oh yeah.
It's
That
like,
guy
dude.
deserves it. I popped a couple of fucking people's balloons before. When I pissed me the fuck up. That's a way to shut a motherfucker up quick.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's,
Yeah.
You know, they'll be holding some drink or something. You just pop that shit out of their hands. They don't want to fuck with you after that.
Yeah.
it's funny as shit. Because nobody ever takes me seriously until I do something like that.
Yeah.
I don't like to start anything with anybody ever. I never do. I'm always standing there just watching shit. Some motherfucker 3 rows down is like, hey, man, can you shut the fuck up? And I'm just like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Yeah, you, buddy. You with the fucking jean jacket and the fucking pirate's hat. Ah! And I'm just like, what is happening? And I'm like, am I supposed to fight this fucking guy?
Yeah.
What the hell?
People get intense at
It's
fucking sporting
right,
events.
right. I'm like,
It's
this is
insane.
insane.
Crazy.
It's insane, dude. People
I
get
can't.
so
I don't want to
intense.
go to that environment anymore. It's not fun.
No. I wonder if it's like that during the Olympics. I wonder if people
I'm
get
sure
rowdy.
it is. Sure it
From
is.
what I've seen, it seems like they're struggling to sell tickets.
Really?
Yeah, they're like it's like
Wow.
$200 to get into one thing, and
Yeah.
nobody wants to go to Paris.
Where are we at on time? We're good?
We're an hour 20.
All right. We're good. You got anything to promote? Just 7 Fest? Start at 7 Fest is September 9th at McCracken. So come to the open mic. It's going to be the kickoff. It'll be happening during, after. It's going to be a good thing, man. Y'all
It'll
come
be
out
fun.
to it.
I hope you guys are both. Well, I know Trent will be there.
Depends on when these girls come. I got kids on the way, so
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But thank
9/9,
y'all.
it'll be a problem.
Yeah,
I
thank
think.
y'all so much
Yeah,
for
buddy,
tuning
thank
in,
you
man.
so much for having me. I really had fun. Thank you.